Hi everyone, it's Chenso from RealityArtPod, here to talk about Week 4's Wednesday nominations and veto episode of Big Brother 27. Last time on Big Brother, following Adrian's eviction, Bull, Ride, and Riley won HOH, but that power was stolen by Mickey using her HOH interrogation power. Before I dive in, I put a link in the description to my playlist to catch up on my recaps. If you like the content, consider liking and subscribing. You can also use the link in the description to try Paramount Plus for free. But let's dive into it. We pick back up where we left off. Mickey is now the HOH. She says she prays that Riley can see this wasn't a personal move. It's not personal. I just didn't want to see you get a power and took away your letters from home. She tells Riley that she heard that Riley was going to nominate she, Morgan, and Ashley. Riley tells Mickey that she lied to his face and that she's being manipulated to turn on the realest guy in the house. Riley is pissed. He tells Mickey to put him up on the block. She's like, bet. Morgan is happy that it's still a secret that she knew about the power. She plans to take the secret to her big brother grave. Vince feels safe because he has a relationship with Morgan, and through that has a connection to Mickey. Riley is sad, and the only thing he has is Catherine. He is in love with her. Catherine's in the diary room, saying that Riley is a sweet, beautiful soul. She admits that Riley's moves are working on her. Jimmy is annoyed that Mickey didn't tell him about the power, but he's happy that a member of Triple Threat is in power, and he's definitely safe for the week. Mickey plans to nominate 3 of the 4 people who voted for Will in the last eviction: Keanu, Kelly, Catherine, and Riley. For the first time, Kelly doesn't ask to be nominated. She actually asks to be off the block because it's her birthday this week. We all know birthdays mean nothing on this show. Remember Keisha's birthday? Or when Red was evicted on his birthday after telling the group he had a terrible birthday every year of his life? Kelly promises Mickey that if she's kept off the block and wins the veto, she'll keep nominations the same. Mickey gets a letter from her mom. Riley gives Mickey a hug after this, and things get emotional. She forgives him for raising his voice, and they're instantly cool again. Mickey tells Riley that her plan is to target Keanu, and she asks him to go on the block to help to take Keanu out. Mickey meets Keanu, telling him he's not sniffing where he should be sniffing in the game. Not only is he a longtime house target, but Mickey is still annoyed that Keanu eliminated her from the HOH competition. So we head to the nomination ceremony where Mickey is looking radiant in yellow. She nominates Keanu, Kelly, and Riley, announcing that Keanu is her target. Kelly breaks down, saying she's exhausted and worn down by the game. She tells us it's been a rough 48 hours and a rough month in Kellyland. Rachel gives Kelly a pep talk, and Kelly says the farm kid in her doesn't know how to quit. Gotta finish the job. Mickey meets with Riley, implying to him that if the veto is used, Catherine will be the replacement nominee, which is enough to convince Riley not to use the veto if he wins it. Keanu and Jimmy talk. Jimmy reflects that he's been playing both sides. He made a fake alliance with Keanu, Kelly, and Vince after the eviction. He says, and that's on my good gameplay, baby. I can imagine the producers interviewing him. Can you say that again and goon a little bit at the end? Mickey tries to tell Kelly not to use the veto on herself if she wins it. Kelly says, the deal was if you don't nominate me, I wouldn't use it. Now you nominated me, so if I win, I'm gonna use it on myself. Mickey continues to persist and has a wild confessional saying, America probably thinks I'm a bitch, but there's worse things. I mean, there are worse things. We'll talk about that tomorrow. It's time to pick players for the veto, and of course Ashley is in the shower. This is becoming my favorite recurring editing joke. They're punking Ashley by waiting until she showers to do this on purpose. I'm convinced. Kelly gets house guest choice and chooses Rachel, feeling like Rachel won't save Keanu, and Morgan is chosen by random draw. So it's 5 against 1 in the veto comp, with players rallying around beating Keanu. So they head to the competition, and host Ava face plants, which the show makes a meal of. Players need to escape from Vetotropolis by crossing the tiles, stepping on the right tiles, and memorizing the correct path. If they step on a red tile, they have to go back to the start. They'll play tournament style, facing off in 2s. In each round, the fastest player moves on. The other player is eliminated. Round 1 is Mickey against Keanu. Keanu glides across this sidewalk like a gazelle. He must have taken ballet. He wins this round. In round 2, Rachel shows Morgan who the iconic gamer is, kicking her butt and eliminating Morgan. Riley eliminates Kelly in round 3, so she'll be on the block for her birthday. Rachel had the quickest time in the first rounds, so she gets an automatic bye to the final round. Keanu and Riley face off. Riley's all over the place, and Keanu moves on to face Rachel in the finals. So it's Rachel versus Keanu. They get started. Vince says Keanu's moving slow like Michael Myers stalking his victims. Rachel's doing well, but Keanu fee-fi fo-fumps his way to victory. When Keanu wins, nobody cheers for him, and he tells Ava, I believe you have a prompt. Ava tells Keanu about himself, shouting, saying, you can't talk down to me because I dress the way I do. Ava says, there you go, and throws the veto on him. After the veto competition, Keanu apologizes to Ava and breaks down. She forgives him, and they have a little moment. Ava gently reminds him that he told everyone he was gonna pick them off one by one, so it's kind of his fault everyone wants him out. Catherine is stressed and worried that she'll be the replacement nominee, but Riley assures her that she'll be fine. Riley goes to Mickey, asking her to keep Catherine safe as consolation for stealing his HOH and nominating him. Mickey's receptive of this, and she wants to keep the showmance around as a target. Rachel wants Mickey to make a big move. She suggests nominating Vince, who's been double dealing and going against them. Mickey worries that nominating Vince will hurt her relationship with Morgan because Vince is Morgan's friend. Mickey meets with Vince, telling him that she's considering everyone, including him, as a replacement. He feels his nomination coming, so Vince tells Morgan, Zach, and Mickey that Jimmy proposed that alliance with Keanu and Kelly earlier. Morgan is instantly, animatedly pissed off about this. She and Mickey are so annoyed that Jimmy went behind their back to make an alliance against them. Mickey and Morgan pull Keanu in, telling Keanu that Jimmy's been causing all the problems in the house. Mickey's still annoyed with Jimmy about nominating Amy and Will during his HOH. While Mickey's pretty fired up about Jimmy, she's still considering Vince as a nominee. Morgan shuts the Vince nomination idea down. Morgan is defending Vince, which makes Mickey feel threatened by Vince and Mickey's relationship. Ahead of the veto meeting, last minute, Mickey tells Jimmy that everyone's telling her to nominate him. Jimmy's hurt by this, telling them that he's had their back and that triple threat has been his priority the whole time. So they head to the veto meeting, where Keanu uses the veto on himself, and Mickey nominates Jimmy, saying she likes him as a person, but doesn't respect his game. So that's where the episode ends. I hate the way this episode was edited. While I feel like they did take us from point A to point B on the timeline, there were omissions that I think made certain people look better than they looked on the live feeds. But I'm trying to save my opinions on the players for my ranking video tomorrow. So that's all I have to say about this episode. Let me know in the comments what you thought of Mickey's nominations, Keanu's POV win, and Jimmy getting backdoored. What do you want to see happen tomorrow? I'll be back tomorrow with my eviction recap and my week 4 rankings. If you like the content, consider liking and subscribing. Until then, you know where to find me. Bye.